We're getting well into the season now, and you can tell.
It's PD every game.
As things are starting to get a bit testy out there.
They don't like each other one bit.
And now you got coaches.
Are you talking to me or the player? We had a week of huge hits, some truly horrible calls.
Wow, that's a terrible call.
A player again running through traffic to get to a game, and Nedeljkovic looking like he literally ran through traffic.
Only we get better looking with stitches and black eyes.
We got some unreal saves from the goalies, several absolutely ridiculous goals, and of course, some great sound bites.
I've lost the battle, right?
It's me. It's Austin.
It's not part of hockey.
So with plenty to cover, let's get to it. Starting with some notable news this week from the Avalanche. Moving on from smashing wood, completely switching up their goalie tandem and showing us they're on the leading edge of battling deforestation. A team that already had Miles Wood. Not just bringing in Wedgwood, but now also adding Blackwood. Now that's a whole lot of wood. This week, we also saw Scott Lawton with not just a breakaway slapshot goal, absolute rockstar behavior, but with a second of the night here, then a third for the Hattie before adding a fourth to score all four in a Philly dub over Detroit. Similarly, Batherson in Ottawa had himself a night, scoring 3 unanswered for the Natty Hattie, and if that wasn't enough, he was out there dishing them as well for what was a dominant night. But speaking of Batherson goals against the Penguins, it's Chabot to the front, and it was, surprise, surprise, Batherson. But you see how he posted up for it to deflect off him? Just disgusting stuff. There's no place in hockey, as Jari here gets it.
It's not part of hockey. It's almost impossible to stop. Like, I don't think you should be allowed to stand there and just let the guy shoot off you. And
now, I hate to do this to one of my Penguins, but dude, this is maybe one of the worst takes I have ever heard.
He gets position on our player and he just parks himself at the back post.
I don't know, maybe don't let them get position. You know what? This has got me fired up. So let's get into the Rowdy. We had the coaches going at it over in Winnipeg.
And now you got coaches. I'll just get out of the way here.
Don't talk to the players. Sack was like, who? Me? Don't talk to the players. Are you talking to me? Or the player? Well, I just saw you. Don't talk to the players. Who? Him. Don't talk to the players. In the WHL, it was the Oil King staff and Luke Pierce pissed at Medicine Hat as Pierce got the boot. And on his way out, he stops to chat with the fans. Look at the fucking score. As, wait, he was getting into it with these girls? No. Over in Vancouver, it was Desharnais. He's punching me. He's punching me. So the linesman's like, speaking of Vancouver, after Marchand was hearing some booze,
across, Marchand hanging high.
He would shut it down quick, immediately scoring and giving him the let's hear you now. As this game got pretty heated, eventually Marchand and Hughes coming together.
Marchand nose to shield with Hughes.
But maybe the craziest part was this. Listen close. Did you hear it? In Buffalo, after Trocheck and Abe Kubel got into it, Buffalo Bills players Hamler and Dawkins were loving it.
Yeah, that had me so excited. I went like this.
As for hits this week, we had Max Pacioretty lay a devastating hit on Jack Hughes over in New Jersey. Nearby, Sider in Buffalo caught Bryson with a bit of a high hit, but a massive one. And lastly, in Dallas, Leon Bischel decided to end Shen's shift early. Now, it is the holiday season, so let's get some cheer in with a few quick ones. You may have seen that the Sharks dropped this absolute banger.
We are Team Teal coming out of the West, where the holiday decorations are the best.
But check out the making of it.
Get lovey-dovey with the mistletoe.
Oh, man. Collect them all, buy as many as you can. I'm saving money for a giant snowman.
In Minnesota, the Wild got some great family photos, and Sportsnet, going to break here, did this guy so dirty. I mean, how is this the only footage you had?
Hey, watch
Then, you remember this? 15 years ago, 9-year-old Oliver Wahlstrom went viral for this goal at the TD Garden. And this week, the Bruins claimed Wahlstrom from the Islanders in a cool full circle moment. Now, we also got the Four Nations rosters revealed, and I don't even know.
I'm Quinn Hughes.
You guessed it. It's me, Connor McDavid.
I am Nathan McKinnon of the Colorado Avalanche.
It's me, it's Austin.
So sassy.
It's me, it's Austin.
He lost a blade this week and needed a hand from Jake McCabe, as this will never not be funny to me. With the Blackhawks beating the Rangers, and I mean, who isn't, Anders Sorensen made NHL history this week as the first Swedish head coach with a victory. Then we had Zucker out there playing soccer? I don't know. Gaudreau in Minnesota had this absolutely incredible penalty. Get that out of here. Now, speaking of interesting penalties, over in Columbus, after McTavish would score, he got pushed into the net by Provorov. And so, while the goal counted, he also got a goalie interference penalty.
You know, it's an awful call. Provorov knocks him into the net. That's a terrible call.
NHL refs, the best of the best. Now, we had Michkov over in Philly again attempt a Michigan, as how close can you get?
I don't think it should be in our game, but I've lost that battle.
And back in Ottawa, after Forsberg was out with an illness, E-Bug Zach Dietz was called in last minute and, well, we had another player running through traffic trying to get to the arena. Now, he did eventually make it, but they had no backup for a good while. Luckily, however, Ullmark playing in back-to-back nights was lights out, making this incredible stop on none other than former Sen Erik Karlsson. And so with that, let's get to the goalies. Somewhat similar to Ollie, Lindgren had a pretty stop with the paddle in Columbus, and rookie alert, Drew Commesso makes his debut, and boy did he ever, absolutely robbing Holla with the glove. Over in Buffalo is UPL, who had a beauty, flashing some leather, and back to Minnesota, it's Konechny with, oh my, Fleury. The Flower absolutely still has it with a classic Fleury save, as you just gotta laugh at these. But it's not so funny when it's your own player, as in the same game, it was Michkov robbing him. Over in Edmonton, on the power play, it's, oh no, stay in your net. It's every week we get one of these. Oh God, what? No, I can't even say it. Here it's Dostal giving up the freebie. And yeah, while Markstrom had a nice moment with baby Markstrom here, all in all, another bit of a rough week for the goalies. Demko finally back in the lineup would get tripped up by Foxa, but undoubtedly getting the worst of it was Nedeljkovic with a puck to the face on the bench. And when he came back out, check out this gnarly shiner.
Only we get better looking with stitches and black eyes. That's the hockey player way.
Now, naturally, if the goalies had a rough one, it probably means the goal scorers did not. And boy, did we get some pretty ones. In Calgary, it was Nazem Kadri with a ridiculous goal. He gallops over Moser, somehow stays on his skates, and then fires it past Vasi. Just wow. In Seattle, in a shootout, it's Barkov with some filth. He fakes the between the legs, goes backhand, zesty. And then how about Kirill the Thrill Kaprizov? Scores from a ridiculous angle against the Flyers in one of two, and then the next night he has another 2-goal game with this one. He grabs it out of the air and snipes it before you even realize he had it. We had McDavid back in Edmonton, and I mean, it's just not fair. He flies through, well, everyone, fakes the backhand, and smell you later. Bedard seemingly getting some swagger back. He's got the toe drag here, and what a release. This was nasty as he fires it glove side to beat Sorokin.
That was a good shot. That would have beat me on the glove side even.
I think anything would have beat you on the glove side. So.
Thanks, God.
Back in Vancouver, it was Pettersson with a nice setup for DeBrusk, and...
what can you say about the way PD has elevated his game in JT's absence?
Yeah, I mean, that's what you expect him to do, right? It's PD, every game. I know you want to say the wrong thing. That's why. I'm not falling for that trap anymore.
Here, Celebrini in St. Louis would bank it off Parayko, gets it back, and finishes. Yes, this was definitely on purpose. Similarly, here, Foligno back to Dickinson, and they would score. This one goes off the bar, off of Luke Hughes' face, and in, just as they drew it up. Over in Toronto, it was Nylander showing us some great hand-eye coordination as he bats this thing out of midair for a beauty. But I think that's going to about do it for me this week, so I'll leave you with this. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it very much, and I'll see you in the next one.